and that is not paid. Well, in our municipality too, we had some courses on English language and computers, but the last years we do not have such things. And also on private initiative, we had organized courses of English language for the children and for computers, but they have stopped. Also, there were some courses on the professional subject, but they were usually taught by the teachers, and that was not in accordance with the law, because according to the law does not allow the teacher to give private lessons, and it could not pay some money for that, and they were closed too. Only when we are talking about the non-government sector, because we are now pronounced for a national park, and also there are some of the foundations, and there are a lot of NGOs now acting, but for the environment, and they activate the children more about the environment, and usually with some coloring books and some similar materials about the environment. And if there is a person who wants to continue its education, no matter at what class, if it tells at what class he has stopped the education, and if it wants to continue its education, what's the procedure to your country? And if there is no document to certify that it has finished, for example, the 6th grade, and if it wants to continue. Well, no matter where it has finished that grade, at those schools, usually all the documents are kept in the registers, and the school usually has these documents. I'm talking about our municipality and our schools. In all the schools, from the beginning of the work of the schools, all the documents are kept in registers, except for the diploma that is given to the student itself. All these documents are then kept in the archives, and you can find all the documents. For example, if it is about a student who has finished education 20 years ago, it is known, and until now we did not have such situations. While in our country we have committees. These committees usually are making an evaluation at what level it's the knowledge of the student, and in that way it's evaluated how much he has of the knowledge. And I would like to tell you one of the examples in concrete when we're talking on this issue. When we are talking about the secondary education, a student that has studied 10 years ago in the secondary school, and it has come to the 4th year, but it did not finish the 4th year. So the student has finished the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd class in the secondary school, and it has the certification for these 3 years, but the 4th year is not finished. But the programs are changed, and the new program usually returns those students in the 1st year. So she cannot continue in the 4th year, and they are returned to the 1st year, and they have to take all the exams from the 1st year. And very rarely one of the exams is usually certified. Well, there is another case, but in another town, not here, when a student has finished some of the years, and after that it wanted to continue its education. It has taken the exam in the school, the same school, but during the weekends. So the law usually allows to take this exam. The issue of education is also here I would just like to mention that 2010 is an year that by the European Union was pronounced as year for fight against the poverty. So one of the possible solutions in the fight against the poverty, which is imposed, is informal education in the terms of some more qualifications in pre-qualification, analysis of necessities, analysis of resources, analysis of the population with its personal qualities, and its adjustment according to their needs. And I think that it will be really good for the forums that will follow on the 9th of May for the celebration of the Day of the European Union, which each of these municipalities should celebrate separately on its own preparation. This should be also imposed as thinking in the terms of the topic education and solution of the poverty in all of our countries that we are all coping with.
Функционираше во Битола, последните 2-3 години малку сме пасивни, се вика Балканско здружение за пријателство и соработка. Имаме соработка со Албанија, со Турција, со Црна Гора, во Албанија имавме соработка со факултетот и на локално ниво имаме доста,
It is an organization that had functioned in Bitola, but in the last 2 years we haven't been so active. It is called Balkan Association for Cooperation. We have cooperation with Albania, with Korča, with Montenegro. In Albania we had cooperation with the faculty and also at the local level. We had a lot of successes at the local level till 2005, and now maybe we are not so much active. I hope that we will continue in the future more actively. Well, now we are going to discuss on 2 things. First, we'll talk about the results of the survey. If you remember, you have completed a survey at the last event. I would like to be short about these things, and after that we will talk on the program that here is concerning about. The problems that you have evaluated were from different domains. There were 10 domains evaluated and 10 different areas. There were different kinds of issues. So it is about all the